Kelly Johnson, the designer, then introduced in 1966. The SR-71 Blackbird was the fastest plane in the world. It was used by the United States Air Force. You were seen at the front of the plane with so much power, you could do anything. The SR-71 Blackbird was the very first stealth plane, and it would fly over enemy territory, and it could take 1,000 square kilometers of land in an hour. The man who designed it, Kelly Johnson, born on 27th February 1910 and died 21st of December 1990. He was an American system engineer, and although he built many spy planes, the Blackbird was his best. He was given the task in 1994. He was the first team leader of Lockheed Skunk Works, and although he only had a small amount of people working for him, he still did it. Building the Blackbird wasn't easy. The wings were blended into the body. The two flat surfaces were to deflect radio waves. The wings were also to deflect radio waves. Also the two cones on the engine and the flat bit underneath the plane. And they also made a plastic which deflects radio waves. 1964, and the very first Blackbird was rolled onto the runway. It was coated in black with its plastic absorbent radio waves, looking very futuristic. The very first pilot was a test pilot for Lockheed, and his name was Robert Gilliam. I wasn't nervous, but I was shaking, as I was about to fly a plane with so much power. Anything could go wrong at any time, but also excited, as I was the first one to fly this plane. The Blackbird needed two pilots, one to fly the plane, which was at the front, and at the back was an RSO. The RSO sat at the back, and basically the RSO was the second pair of eyes for the pilot, and also to record intelligence. The Blackbird pilot course was the exact same examination that the astronauts had to go through. The very first 2 days were really tough, just like the astronauts do. They'll take full body x-rays and do a lot of exercise, but they also evaluate you mentally, as they will want to see how you do on the road and how you can cope being with somebody for 12 hours or so in a plane. Pilots normally do long hours in T-38, which is a type of plane, and flight simulators, which give you all sorts of problems. It evaluates how pilots cope in different situations and which situation will they put on the top priority. Despite all the work that the SR-71 Blackbird did for the Air Force and Army, unfortunately it had to be cancelled. This was due because America could not fund any more for it to fly. Reconnaissance isn't cheap, it's pretty expensive. Unfortunately, it had to end in 1980. From the man who designed it all, Kelly Johnson, the people who created it, the pilots who flew the plane during the war. The SR-71 was the greatest plane that ever hit America. It has dodged missiles when they were detected in heavily protected areas, which no other plane could do, setting 4 world records that never been broken before, reaching over 1,000 kilometers per hour, taking photos of 100 square meters in just an hour in high def that you can see the number plate of the car, deflecting radio waves, and reaching high altitudes. This was no ordinary plane. This was the best plane yet.